Hi everybody, I'm going to show you how to do this very simple look today that can be used for any occasion, and I use this one specifically for a bridal trial recently. First thing I like to do is prep the skin with some skincare. So I have a moisturizer here that's great for all skin types and works perfectly underneath makeup. This is how much you generally want to use on a daily basis. And the application is important because you really want to push this into your skin and make sure that when you're applying it to your neck, you're going in upward motion. The second product is an eye cream, and this one specifically has an illuminating effect to it. I like to use about a rice grain amount and use my ring fingers to tap it under the eyes. The next thing I'm going to do is use a concealer. This one is from the Graftobian palette and I'm using the lightest shade. The concealer I like to use on my eyelid as a base and primer to help even out the skin tone and lock in any oils. The next thing I do is I set this with a translucent powder, and this is the Laura Mercier Candlelight powder, which is beautiful for using all over the skin in multiple ways. This is a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, one of her mini versions, and I'm just going to use the lightest shade to put right into the crease of my eye socket, and this will help to shape the eye and get it ready for the rest of the eye look. I'm going to keep using this candlelight powder throughout the process to help blend in any shadow effects that I do, and even with the contouring that I do later. Next, I'm going with a smaller brush and I'm adding in the darkest shade into the crease to carve it out even more, and then going in with a fluffy brush and adding it on the outer edge of the eye.
Total side note, but my dog is totally barking in the background. Sorry!
I like to blend it all the way up onto the brow bone just so that I can have a nice gradient effect. With these shimmer shadows, you can really choose any combination you want, but I like to do lightest in the inner corner to the darkest on the outer corner. Then I'm going to go back into the dark shade with a small angled brush and form my eyeliner, which I use on the outer corner of the eye to create an elongated effect. These are my favorite individual lashes that I use, and the Duo glue is the best that I've found. I like to place it on the case there so that I have easy access to the glue, because each individual lash needs to be applied. Once I have this set on, I let that dry while I do the rest of my makeup. This is one of my favorite foundations from Giorgio Armani. I like to combine the illuminating effect with the foundation. This first color corrector can be used to cancel out hyperpigmentation. Brick color that is graded for darker skin tones and more ashy under eyes or very dark spots that you want to cancel out before putting on concealer or foundation. The yellow I use for any blue hues that might be visible underneath the eyes. It helps to just create a nice bright base when you're doing under eye makeup. And I have the last color corrector here, which is my green shade, and that's for any severe redness. Next thing I'm going to do is go in with a concealer for under my eyes, and this can be applied after color correctors. Then I'm going to set that with, again, the candlelight powder, and I like to use a fluffy brush and roll this slightly under the eye just to prevent any creasing, and it's great for more mature clients as well. I use this for my T-zone, any areas that might have excess oil. And this is the Kevin Aucoin palette that I love to use for contouring. As you can see, I form more of a 3 or an E shape on my face to carve out the natural contours, and then use the bronzer from Anastasia Beverly Hills to blend that all in. Make sure to apply on your neck as well, and then blend out the edges with the candlelight powder again. I have the NARS blush palette, which I'm going to use the more rosy tone color, and start at the highest point of my cheekbone. Feel free to add any accents along your face to highlight those points. I'm just going to brush up the brows in place before I start going in with some powder. And I like to use the Benefit Foolproof powder. It's waterproof and it helps to just line the brow and kind of make it a bit sharper. Then I go in with a little bit of gel to brush up the front edges. Next, I'm going into mascara since my lashes have dried. And I'm just going to coat them slightly. It doesn't need to be too much, just so that I can make sure that the lashes fuse together. And use my tweezer just to fuse the lashes even more. I'll just go in with a simple nude liner before applying my lip color. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette, and I like to combine these two colors to get a nice peachy coral tone and apply that right on the inner portion of the lip to have a little bit of a stain. Then just go in with some gloss, or you can keep it matte as you like. And if you have some beauty marks you want to accentuate, I like to go in with that brow powder and then just dab a little bit in those areas. And finally, set it with some Morphe setting spray, and this one is illuminating. So I hope you all enjoyed my video, and hopefully I'll see you next time.